This time we're playing Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1. It's been a while since I uploaded, because this is attempt 4 at recording this. The past 3 times have had so many complications that it just doesn't work. The first 2 times I was interrupted a bunch, and then the 3rd time, which was going so well, decided that, instead of recording at all, it would, end recording at a random time. So hopefully it won't do it this time, hopefully. So obviously I do have a bit of a save file. We played through the first 40 minutes or so, and we're just gonna jump right into a new game. We have some DLC, but yeah, let's just...
Game industry.
I just need to mess with the settings here. Message display fast, please. Yeah, that should be it.
Here in this reality shift realm are 4 presiding CPUs. Each reside in Celestia, a world separate from the land they oversee. CPU Blackheart and her land of black regality, last station. CPU Whiteheart and her land of white serenity, Lowy. CPU Greenheart and her land of green pastures, Leanbox. CPU Purpleheart and her land of purple progress, Planetoon. Here, the CPUs fight endlessly in battle for rule over game industry. This battle is etched in history. This is the console war.
You're all so stubborn. Why don't you all give up already?
Nonsense. We've been fighting for hundreds of years. Why quit now?
That's my line. I won't let any of you take the title of true goddess.
How much longer do we have to put up with this pointless fighting?
Well then, do us a favor and just die!
My, such raucous manners. I have matters of destiny to fulfill, unlike you.
Shut it! I can't stand the way you talk all high and mighty, Thunder Tits.
Breasts are symbolic of maturity and fertility, qualities of a goddess.
If you say so.
With such logic, it can be said you are the least fitting.
The hell's that? All that crap talking out your butt. I'll kill you!
Got you! What?
Damn it! That was close.
It's your fault for idly babbling in the midst of battle!
Really, how much longer does this sterile battle have to continue?
Well then, why not get rid of one of you?
True. That could be the catalyst of change we've been searching for.
Not a bad idea.
What? What are you all talking about?
So who's the sad one to be ousted here?
I suggest... Purpleheart. Neptune.
It would be difficult to get rid of her later, so I can agree to that.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Who are you 3 talking to?
It's settled then. So sorry.
What? What are you all talking about?
And here we have some CGI movie. Yay! Hopefully it doesn't get copyright flagged. It is extremely loud.
Do us a favor and just die! Damn you! Take this! Too slow!
Yeah! Prepare yourself!
Die!
I won't lose!
Eat this!
Take this! I won't let you escape!
This is the end!
I'll finish this! Be gone!
And thus ends the CGI. So, that was loud, right? Well, give it a sec. Give it a sec. First off, introducing one of my favorite characters. Hello. You'll be revealed soon enough. But just for comparison, the voice volume, the background music, and the sound effect volume, all pretty low. Well, I mean, pretty high, I guess. And then the movie volume is from the CGI cutscenes and stuff, right? Well, it's not really CGI, it's not real, but you know what I mean. The movie. 40%. I'm gonna turn that down to 20. There aren't too many like that, but still nice. Also, I need this to, like, boost up to 100 for when we get into the actual gameplay. Also, just to, clear a few things up, I am currently feeling a bit sick, so less energy in this recording. Not to mention I have not eaten, and I've only had one coffee, which is bad. I need more coffee. Along with 5 hours of sleep. But we're gonna do our best. I need to get this recorded. I didn't put it off, all the recordings failed. It made me really sad. I don't know why Hyperdimension refused to be recorded. But anyway, so yeah, Hyperdimension is probably one of my favorite game franchises. I don't think I can show that opening
It's dark.
music video because
Where am
music may possibly be copyrighted, and don't want to risk it. Although I guess if the movie's copyrighted, anyway.
Oh, I get it! It must be a power outage, or maybe the circuit breaker dropped. But why am I bright, like I've been splashed with fluorescent paint? I guess it's just my brilliance emanating from me! Just kidding. Hello? Is anyone here? I hope I don't step on your figures or anything. Well, not that something like that would be on the ground, right? But ew, who knows what I could step in? It could be leftovers. Do I just wait for more text boxes to pop up?
Another thing I love about this game, there's so many points in time where the fourth wall is just broken down, and it's amazing.
This
I
is
love
way
this game.
weird. Anyone out there? I'm going to start roaming, you know.
Like, they have a sense of comedy, and it's always shifting, or it's so different all the time that it's not really too stale, I guess. It doesn't just get repetitive. They come up with new ways to be funny about, like, fourth wall breaking, trending things that go on throughout the different games. It's great.
Yikes! Did I just step on something? Ew! Soft and mushy. What is it? Jeez, I'm bored. Whose message am I waiting for anyway? I apologize for the delay. Have you been here long? Hey, a voice. Who are you? Delay for what? Wait, did my soul go to heaven? Please calm down. I did not intend to scare you there. I am Histoire, a tome. You fell from Celestia, and now I seek a favor from you. Tome? I knew it. I am so dead. Wait, what do you mean, fell? To where? Hell? Ugh. I should have finished my game backlog and erased everything on my HDD. Neptune? Please take a deep breath and calm yourself. How can I calm myself when someone can look into my special HDD collections?
Neptune, not so innocent.
Neptune, you have not died. You have merely fallen unconscious. Huh? Really? What a relief! Ms. Heavenly Voice, how do you know me? Are you my fan? I am Histoire. I record the history of game industry with the goddesses. Sure. Don't answer me then. I am sorry, but I was getting a bit tired of pointing out everything. Great. Now I make others tired. I don't have much time.
I'm tired for a
so I
separate
will
reason,
get to the
Neptune.
point. Please, Neptune. Please lend me your powers. Huh? What'd you say? There's a lot of noise on my side. Please stop R4 and put end to the console war.
Shut up! Oh, shoot! Did I break something? Wait, where am I?
And now we have some music, some lovely music.
Oh, you're up! Good morning, sleepyhead. Well, actually, good afternoon.
So, fun fact about the voice actor of Girl on the Right, who is unknown at the present time. She voices Ying in Paladins, which you may know. She voices Monica from Danganronpa, another episode, Ultra Despair Girls. So that's pretty awesome. And she voices a lot of other English dub anime and gaming related characters. And she is amazing. I just love her voice. I tend to call Ying from Paladin's Compa when I play her, because, yeah, also, yes, this is Compa. You'll learn her name is Compa in a few short text boxes.
This isn't my room, is it? Is it yours? And why am I tucked snugly in?
Well, it was just last night. I saw a shooting star. That was you.
That was a short answer. Wait, that means I fell from the sky?
Yes, you were stuck into the ground like Soul Sword. Only, it was you.
I'm actually gonna quickly turn the voices up about to max, just so it's higher than the background music.
Soul Sword? You mean soul... Wasn't it the Excalibur that was stuck?
So in all my other attempts, I've pointed out what they're talking about, but I'm not gonna do that.
That's right.
Lee,
I'm not sure
if
why I
you've
keep
made it this
saying
far into the
soul.
video and can be bothered, put down in the comments what you think it is. What you think the blurred out thing is. So Soul Blank. Even put down the whole series, because it's talking about a very specific PlayStation series. I think it has like 5 or 6 games. I may be wrong. I only played 3.
Anywho, you were out cold, so I pulled you out and brought you here.
All by yourself? That's cool, thanks. You're a lot stronger than you look.
I go to nursing school. Moving bodies is part of training, so I'm fine. Come to think of it, I haven't introduced myself. My name is Kampa.
Yes, one of my favorite characters in this whole entire series. Compa, Iffy, and Noir. You'll learn who Iffy is later, and you'll learn who Noir is later if you don't already know Noir, but you should know Noir because Hyperdevotion.
I'm Neptune. Thanks for saving me, Compa. Hope we can be
Wait,
friends.
do you learn of Iffy in Hyperdevotion? I don't know. You might in Hyperdimension 3. So if you haven't watched those, you can learn about some of the other characters there. I do plan on going back to Hyperdimension 3, but I want to finish 1 and 2 just so you have a bit more knowledge about who the characters are and what their personality is like, how they think, essentially, and just to sort of get into the type of humor they use, I guess. Because a lot of jokes can just go right over the head if you don't know the character very well, and how they act and associate with everyone else in the games.
Nice to meet you, Neppy.
So this is where Nep came from. Compa can't pronounce Neptune. I think it works a lot better in the Japanese dub. Maybe? I'm not entirely sure. But I just love Compa. She's so ditzy, and the fact that she calls Neptune Nep is just the cutest thing ever. Oh, I just skipped that.
You're all bruised. Allow me to take a real quick look.
I don't know what... Nope. There we go. Okay then, how about Nep? It's nice to meet you, Nep.
Yeah, I am kinda scraped up, huh? Strange. I feel like I got sandbagged. Oh, but I'm only scratched, so it must be my imagination.
Okay, so let's first get those clothes off you.
Okay. taking my clothes
Here
off.
comes a scene I'm not sure if I can show on YouTube. I'll have to look at someone else's video to see if it'll be allowed.
Have to go nude?
Because,
I don't need to make myself more powerful.
I
I
can't
mean-
bandage you with your clothes on. No need to be shy now.
Well, I get that, but
Okay, here comes the wrap.
we'll give it a
This
sec.
way, that way, loop it over.
So, if you're seeing this, it means it's allowed on YouTube. If you're not,
on.
I'm going to describe it slightly.
Loose. It's getting
Neptune is basically nude, but Compa has wrapped up every exposing part of her body that would be bad for YouTube. But, I mean, there's a bit of underboob, I guess. This game is very much about the lewds. But, some shipping going on immediately between Nep and Compa. It's great.
You don't want to loose or you'll trip. Just be patient now.
I can't breathe. My back. Ah! Ah!
Nep Nep, are you okay? Please come back. Nep Nep. Nep Nep!
This is why Compa will fail nursing school.
That was close. I was just an inch away from entering the light.
So on the bright side, the first time this cut out when I was trying to record was at that CG moment. Oh well, not CG. The little cutscene, the little show, the little exposure. That was when it first cut out. So hopefully it'll be good now.
Oh, it wasn't that bad. I only made the wrap a wee bit tight.
Really? I was wrapped tighter than some huge fighting mummy.
So, why did Nep Nep come from the sky and get stuck into the ground?
I don't know. I don't remember anything before coming here.
Nep Nep, maybe you're suffering from amnesia.
Oh no, amnesia.
Really? Huh. Well, I guess so.
I'd like to help. I don't have anything to cure amnesia.
Don't worry about it, Compa. No need to get yourself down over it. But, you know what? I'm a bit hungry. Do you have any food I could eat?
Food? Well, I don't have much, but how about some pudding?
Introducing the very scene which has become a staple in Neptunia games, or Hyperdimension games. Neptune's obsession with pudding.
Pudding? What's a pudding?
You don't know what a pudding is?
Nope, never heard of it. Does it taste good?
Just a minute. Let me bring one.
So obviously, if you didn't know about this scene in the first game,
This
and you
yellow
went
baked
to
pudding?
3,
Whoa!
one of my videos of Hyperdimension 3, I believe Neptune is making requests for pudding and such at points or something to do with pudding. If you haven't seen the scene in 1, you're not gonna know exactly why she's addicted, but you know.
Nep Nep, did you lose memory of food too?
Not the food!
I remember cake and stuff.
I love how-
So I guess I really don't know what it is.
I honestly love how Compa gets so riled up on that line. Did you forget memories of food too?
Well, here I
It's
go.
great.
The tantalizing sweetness melts away on my tongue. This is the best.
Really?
Really, this has got to have been made by the finest chef in the world. Where can I get more?
Well, I actually made it myself.
Amazing. Compa, you are a genius.
Oh, stop teasing me, Nep Nep. Wait a minute, let me get more.
Your homemade pudding was a blast, Compa.
I'm happy you liked it. By the way, what are you gonna do now, Nep Nep?
Well, I want to know what happened. So, I'll go back to where I was found.
Oh, then I can take you there, Nep Nep.
And we leave Compa's house and come to the world screen. The world map. So, if you have watched any of my videos of Hyperdimension 3 with the world map, it looks very different from what you're seeing. The first game is laid out like this. So you've got Planetoon, you've got Last Station, you've got Louis, and you've got Leanbox. In the second game onward, Leanbox, the world map changes, and Leanbox is now down around here, Planetoon's here, Last Station is here, and Louis is up north. Planetoon's around here. Anyway, this is the world map. It's where we'll be spending a lot of time. You can get little conversation things. In cities, you can get items from talking to people and creatures and such. Shares is a concept that will come into play later in the game when we want to unlock a few certain secrets and tidbits, which I will probably end up doing, just because it gives you access to some awesome party members. Speaking of party members, one of the DLC allows you to play as Histoire, or well, gain Histoire in your party. Because this isn't technically a New Game Plus, I have to wait till Chapter 7 to get Histoire, whereas if it was a New Game Plus, I would be getting her at Chapter 2. So we're not going to have Histoire for a while, unfortunately. But that's fine. We've got our regular characters. We don't need Histoire right away. Although, she's cool. Anyway. I'm Miss Manual. I'll be giving you some game tips. So yeah. Miss Manual will be there along with other characters. I probably won't give them unique voices because there are so many. But yeah, let's just continue. NVIDIA hasn't crashed yet. Wow, this place is huge. So Compo, what's this city called? This is Planetoon. It's a city that Lady Purpleheart presides over. Planetoon? The name sounds really familiar. It sounds like your name, Nep. So, where are we going again? Should I bring something with me? No need to worry. We're just heading to the park right outside the city. Really? That's good. I really don't like to carry... wait a sec. Neptune don't like that carry weight, yo. Nap, what are you doing rummaging through the garbage? Look what I found, Compa. A sword! Well, it's made of wood, but hey, it's a sword! I see that, but what are you going to use that for, Nap? LARPing? Okie dokie, Nap. iTunes, why did you have to... Freaking iTunes just decided it wanted to ruin the recording. By, opening up the update thing while I was trying to, advance text and shit. It's great. So, we don't need the controls, I know what I'm doing. To some degree. So, we now have access to the first dungeon of the game, Virtual Forest. Which is usually the first dungeon in all of the games. We have a little text box over here, which I don't think I got in any of my previous recordings of this specific video. Dengeki Lass is a side character, but in Hyperdimension U, for example, you get to play as her, so I'm gonna give her a unique voice. It's finally here. So this is the remade Hyperdimension. Oh! She's so excited. And in Planetoon, we have 3 different tabs. We have the museum, which allows you to go through your album, your audio. You can see CGI, like the title screen without the freaking menu icon, and it's more full, which I honestly love. I'll probably have this as a thumbnail. Then we have this. We have all 4 goddesses. Pretty cool. We have Nep. And we have Purpleheart. Look at that booty though. And then you have audio, which is you get to listen to different tunes. Like this. $100. Anyway. Information. This is where you talk to most of the people if they're not on the world map. They'll be in cities. Shakeka, for example, is a panda! So sleepy. I've only been sleeping for 7 hours. So sometimes they'll give you random items or plans, which will come into play a bit later. We've got Kimizunana next. I'm Kimizunana, a singing, dancing idol. I can fight singing too, you know. we got Player 2, a reference to none other than Luigi. Luigi time. Finally, the time has come. My time! I could attempt an Italian accent, but it would be terrible. I hope my time isn't timed. See? It's terrible. I'm gonna not do it ever again. Ramen Noodle Factory. I have to go and see one. Because he's a ramen connoisseur, clearly. So we have the shop where you can buy and sell items. You've got healing items like Healing Grass and Detoxin. Removes poison, which is Detoxin. Makes sense. And Healing Grass will heal HP. You've got the Bamboo Sword, which we can buy for Neptune. But we don't have any credits, which is the currency of this world. We have leather bracelets and leather armlets to boost different stats. We've got these accessories of sorts, which will allow you to boost certain attributes. You've got clothing. A big aspect of this game, which everybody loves, is the fact that you can get different clothing, which will change how your character looks in dungeons. It's great. And then you have processes, which will change HDD forms, which is the goddesses, how Neptune looked before she became Neptune and fell from the sky. And then you've got materials, which you can use to create different items, essentially. We've got the menu, equipment, we've got Neptune with her wooden sword, we've got all this stuff. So, I don't remember, I feel like one of the DLC gave me items for people, but I guess not. We do have regular items though from our DLC, which to start us off with, which is great. We don't have access to the plans feature, so yeah, I'm not going to explain that right now. Commands! In battle, you have combos. You'll execute commands like normal. So you will attack, and then you will move on to comboing. In Mega Dimension, which is the 7th game in the series, I believe. Combos have a different mechanic to them. But for now, this is just literally power, break, and rush. Rushing will build up a gauge that we will gain access to later. Power does more damage to HP, and break will damage guard points, which I will explain when we get into our first battle, because that's going to come up soon. For now, we're going to configure how we want Neptune to play. Neptune is very much not a gauge builder. She's... In the way I use Neptune, she is very much a power player. So, let's put Power Edge there, Power Slash there. We will keep... There. Power Edge, Power Slash, Power Slash. And then 2 break hits and a rush. That is how I'm going to build Neptune first. As you level up, you'll gain more skills, obviously. For Compa, she is very much a break character, in my opinion, because she has a poison attack, which does less damage to the guard points. If you look at guard damage down to the right, down bottom, guard damage is 230, West Slap is 360, but the effect is a possible poison. We can poison enemies with a chance. Power is how much damage you'll do to the health over guard, essentially. And hit count is obvious, range is obvious. Category and affinity is obvious. Affinity obviously means there are elements to certain attacks, which will be fun. For example, Fire Syringe. You would expect it to be a fire attack, but it isn't. It's neutral magic. So yeah, she's also more of a rush character. So, for more CP, which is our combo points, obviously we have a limit. We can change out Bonk for Stabby Stabby, which has a hit count of 3, less power, same guard damage, but it'll help build up a gauge, as I've been saying, once we get that gauge. Then you also have your SP skills, using SP to perform powerful attacks. It's pretty self-explanatory. Partner setup. This game has a unique mechanic where you'll have people in the front and people in the back, or out of party. In the first game, there's only 3 people at a time, but in the second game onward, they have a 4-party member limit. But this way, so Neptune is in front, Compa is in back. So because Neptune is in front, she will and has 3 hearts with Compa. Those skills to the right under Compa's name are given to Neptune as sort of sub-traits, passive traits. So if we press Y, required SP reduce is a 3 heart level, so if combat has 3 hearts with Neptune, Neptune will gain the required SP reduced, which she will, which requires less SP to perform like skills and such. And magic damage resist plus reduces magic damage you take, and that requires 2 hearts. So obviously Compa and Neptune can have both of that. As you go along, you gain more characters that have better affinity with each other. It also can be raised over time by having people in the front and back and battling with each other, essentially. So that's pretty good. They're called Lily ranks, but, you know, hearts are a simple form. For Neptune's... For the formation, we're going to move them all up closer, because there is movement, that is a thing. I've been explaining this game for like the past 5 to 10 minutes now. So we're just going to jump right into Virtual Forest, because why not? Whew, that was a lot of explaining. So I guess this is where I was elegantly lodged into the ground, right? Well, not quite. It's a bit farther back, but there are monsters all over the place now. Monsters? You mean that blue dog-like jelly thing over there? Yes, but they weren't here when I was here the last time. This world has monsters all over the place like any RPG, right? Not really, they just popped out of nowhere over the last few years. Oh, okay then. Now let's go on and get some XP while we're at it. Nap Nap, what's the matter? You seem excited. Well, I'm the heroine, right? So I gotta beat up some monsters, I figured. I guess so, but can you really fight? I have my trusty sword, wood, and skills with me. It'll be a piece of cake. Okay, if you say so. Well, I'll help too then. Let me get this out. What? Compo, what's with that huge syringe? Wait, where'd that come from? Oh, I use this to fight. Where it came from? Well, that's a Compa secret. My imagination of where it came from can't explain the how. And you do know how cliche it is carrying a huge weapon, right? That's nitty-gritty info. Let's just beat the nasties and go on. So, we have infilled stuff. I'll explain as we go along. That is something I need to change. Immediately. There we go. So we're gonna zoom out with the mouse because that isn't an option in, well, using a controller, I don't believe. Yeah. Oh wait, no, it is. D-pad. Duh. So. We have an event right here. But that over there, that little question mark, is a gather point. I'll explain that once we get to it. Ah. Yay, my first monster! Hey Compa, I just need to beat him up, right? Yes, the Dagus are cute, but they are bad monsters, so we can beat them up. Okay then, let's get this battle tutorial over with. So blah 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 blah, battle.
We'll do our best.
So, you have a movement, that is this ring. And you have the little hitbox in front of you. You might be thinking, I can only hit one at a time, but if you angle it correctly, you can hit both, or multiple enemies at once, I guess. Different weapons you get over the course of the game will have a different hitbox. Some some wider, some longer. It's a thing. So we attack. That blue bar underneath their health in the top left. So you've got HP and GP. HP is obvious. GP is their guard points. They take less damage the higher that value. So that's where you would use your breaks, which is under A or X for me. So guard break. Guard break makes them take more damage from your attacks. And that is essentially the game. So we have a screen that has max damage and combos. It's just there for a record. Nah. Victory! See? Leave it to old Nep and her trusty swordwood. So, how is fighting Mr. Monster? There's still more I need to learn, but I think I can get the hang of this. Well, there's a lot more where they came from, so we can train a bit more. Sounds like a plan. So, we have a bunch of different things. You've got preemptive strikes, which are called symbol attacks. It's, attacking an enemy before they can attack you. We also have that, which I won't be using. It's used to find a secret treasure, usually found, there's one in each dungeon, I guess. It does respawn, and it gives you rare items. I will either do that off screen, or I won't do it at all. There is an item later, I believe, in number 1 that will allow you to see possible locations of them, so you don't have to search every nook and cranny. But it's a thing. This is the gather point. They give you materials. They will respawn each time you leave the map and come back. There are also treasure cubes, which we will discuss once we get to them. But for now, let's attack a
I
doggy.
can fight too.
So Compa in this game is our resident healer. She has a skill called First Aid, which obviously heals allies.
Go.
We should be able to take them out.
Finally.
Yeah, one out. There we go. Bam.
Victory.
So now we've got a simple attack, meaning if their speed was higher, we would still go first, because we got them by surprise.
It's time for your medicine. Good job.
Okay. So, gather points are always useful. Here is our first treasure cube. These contain bit rarer items. They're more along the lines of items instead of materials. They will not respawn. They are a one-time object that you can gather, and then they're gone. So I should have been discussing the characters we're fighting. So those blue jelly-like objects, dog leg slime balls, were doggoos. This is a doggo man, much creepier, and these are tulips. They're so cute. Like, look at that face. Look at that tulip's face. Just look at it. Just look at it. It looks like it means business, but it's still so cute.
Do you want your
Anyway,
shots?
let's attack the doggy man, who
Finally.
some of the strongest enemy we've fought so far, even though we've only fought 3.
That was easy. What are you doing? Ouch. Gonna hit ya.
The music in Hyperdimension games is just great. I honestly love it.
Gonna beat ya.
I'm happy that the recording hasn't decided to duck yet.
Level.
So Neptune and Compa leveled up. Their stats raise. I should go over the stats quickly. So you have Strength, which is how much physical damage you deal. You have Vitality, which is how much physical damage you take. You have Intellect, which is how much magical damage you deal. And Mentality is obviously magical damage you take. Agility is how fast your turn comes around. Tech is your accuracy. So the higher that is, the more accurate your attacks will be, the more they will hit and land. Your luck is obviously your critical chance, and your movement is how far you can move. The higher that is, the larger distances you can move. There's nothing else right now. The 4 little things underneath those stats: fire, ice, air, and electricity. 4 different elements. The higher or lower that number is your elemental resistance to it. So if, for example, our fire went up to 1, we would have more fire resistance. If it was -1, we would take more damage from fire attacks. That sort of thing. So we'll get into that sort of stuff later on. But for now, we're gonna continue onward. Been recording for about 40 minutes now. 10 of that was just me talking about random things on the world map. Yay.
Hey! It's time for your medicine.
So here's our first instance. That doggo is poisoned, as you can see by the icon next to his health bar. If we leave him, he will take damage over time. So that's what we're gonna do.
Gonna easy.
So the doggo died to poison before he could attack. That's good for us.
We did it.
I should probably show you their little finishing animations. I love Compa. Compa is amazing. So if we look down there, there's nothing there, but I believe that might be where a hidden treasure can be found around here. Nope, I guess not. And enemies do respawn over time, so you can farm if you need to. I'm gonna try my best not to farm. There is an item later in the game where you can get
Easy.
uh
Animation quick.
bonus EXP. It's like just an EXP upping thing.
It's time for
But
your
that is a
medicine.
fair amount later in the game if I was playing New Game Plus, which I probably could have if I transferred my save from my main PC over to my laptop. Could have done that, but nah.
Where's the patient?
Okay, so I'm gonna use this to heal Neptune.
I'll patch you up.
So, the thing about Hyperdimension games in healing terms is that's very much like Final Fantasy, and I love it. I love Final Fantasy as well as Hyperdimension. It's great.
Easy.
So we're gonna just break the doggy's guard, and then
I can't wait.
and Compa's just gonna slap him.
We're strong, aren't we?
So Compa falls on her booty, and you get a panty shot. Yay! Not safe for YouTube. Demonetized, if I ever was to be monetized. Not gonna elaborate on that because I don't really
Lucky.
think I'll ever be big enough to think about monetizing this and generating income off of it. But that's for another video.
Lucky.
So we've got some plans and some chips. The chips will come into play later in another mechanic which I haven't explained yet. But the plans will be coming up pretty soon.
Successful. Can't wait.
Let's just...
This may hurt a bit. It's time for your medicine.
Okay, so now we're just gonna unleash the bamboo sword.
Easy.
Or, well, wooden sword, sorry.
Ah! Gonna get ya.
And Neptune's is just a
How
little...
is my power?
little peace sign, like, yo, what up, I'm the best. So we're gonna save over that, because this recording has been successful compared to the last one.
Lucky.
So, did we just fight this one? I don't know. Anyway, this is a Boxer X. I don't really know if we can't really scan them to find out more about them. But there should be something in the menu which I can do after this battle, because this is essentially the last type of enemy we can find in Virtual Forest, aside from unique enemies and bosses of that sort.
Oh, and again, next level.
Level 3.
My
Awesome.
level went up.
So we can go into the Neptunia. And monster info. We have the Dogu. Habitat Virtual Forest. There isn't much else we can do. We've got the Dogu Man, but it does list available drops, which is always good. Boxer X. And tulips. So this way you can get a bit of a closer look. Look at that face. So, with that being done, we have an event here. I think I'm gonna go for it. Let's just try and attract this tulip, attack it, and deal with that
Hey,
quickly.
Lucky. Finally. Hey. Where's the patient? It's time for your medicine.
Okay,
Sorry. Do you want your shot?
awesome.
We're strong.
So now, event. Let's go.
We're here. This is where I found you, Nep Nep.
Wow, that's a huge hole right there.
Nep Nep, does this make you remember anything? Nep Nep?
I can't remember a thing. Compa, are you sure I was stuck here?
Yes. You fell from the skies like a shooting star and landed right here.
Like a shooting star cutting through the night, right?
That's right.
What's the matter, Compa? Why'd you raise your voice?
It just struck me, but there could be a clue around here
A
somewhere.
clue! A clue! If blues can do,
Did you lose
we
anything
can
by
too.
chance? Maybe an idea or anything?
I wish, but you know, I can't remember anything, so... Hey, wait! I do remember something I'm missing.
Really? What is it?
Well, that's obvious.
Obvious?
My memory. Wasn't that funny?
Nep Nep, I don't think now is the time to be fooling around.
What? I thought you were joking when you asked me if I remembered.
Joking aside, let's look for some clues.
Yes.
What's that sound?
I have a bad feeling about this.
What?
The ground
I love that. That's amazingly cute. So cute.
Ouch! I didn't expect that. They really changed the story with this remake.
So, I believe that there were prior games to Hyperdimension, therefore Rebirth 1, Rebirth being, you know, a reboot. I don't know if it was on, like, the SNES, but it was an 8-bit, I believe. An 8-bit game, so... pretty cool.
Where's Compa? Compa! Where are you? Are you alright?
Yessie, I think I'm okay.
Phew. It would have been a disaster if you lost your memory, too. Where are we, anyway?
I think we're beneath the forest. This place feels a bit weird.
Yeah, I'm getting bad vibes from this place. What's this? Compa, can you take a look? Do you know what it is?
I don't know. I've never seen something like this before.
I know. It must be a medal to change into items with a king somewhere.
I see.
What? Where's that event flag-inducing growl coming from?
Nap Nap! There's a huge monster over there! Ah! Please help me!
Oh no, Compa! She's being censored and censored!
I'm not being censored! I'm just off screen, Nap Nap!
Oh, you know fan service. Well, time to get a bit more serious now.
Yeah, okay.
Don't worry, I'll save you. Take this!
Neptune's attack. No effect.
What the? Wait, who just commented on my attack?
I'm sorry. I didn't want to surprise you, but I couldn't stop myself.
I've heard that voice before. Have we met?
I am Histoire. I thought I explained this when I was in your dream, Neptune.
Oh yeah, Ms. Heavenly Voice from my dream. Wait, that was real?
Nap Nap. A little help here, pretty please.
Oh,
Just so
right.
casual.
I need to help Compa. Miss Heavenly
Just
Voice,
like, Bish,
can
you
help?
helping?
No, but if you use your hard drive divinity, things should be okay.
Hard drive what? I lost my memory, so do you mind taking it step by step?
I see. That explains why the conversation was all over the last time.
If I use that hard drive thingy, I can save Compa, right?
Well, yes. But now, I'm not sure you can use your hard drive divinity.
Well, I'll go beyond the impossible and kick reason to the curb!
And then stump that reason.
So, please, lend me a hand. I want to save my friend Compa.
I will force run hard drive divinity from you. Are you ready?
Let's go. Purple Heart mode engage.
Ready and willing!
Neptune, may your power arise.
You're glowing!
Is this really me?
Yes, this is your true form, Neptune.
Nap Nap. Wow, you transformed!
The power. It's flowing from within. There's no way I can lose with this. Just wait, Compa. I'll save you.
And here we go, battle with
I
our
won't
hard
go
drive
easy.
divinity, also known as HDD. Or as I like to call it sometimes because it's easier, Goddess mode. So this is the Guard Vermin. Special boss time, yay! So it did a fair amount of attack. So in HDD we are naturally stronger, and a bunch of other stuff. Wow, the battles at 30 FPS. That was always a thing that happened
Taking this serious?
with this game that I figured.
Too slow.
The bigger the
I'll
enemy,
finish this.
it gets a bit laggier. But if we look at it from behind, we've got a bunch of FPS.
Say,
Much higher, but then it just does that. Anyway, it's dead.
That was
Pretty easy. And we got a memory increase 64 megabytes. That is a key item which will come into play with the plans. Oh boy. Well, that should do it. That was super, Nap Nap. You beat that monster in a flash. Whew! That was tiring. Well done, Well done, Neptune. And Compa, are you okay? Yesy, I'm okay, and it's all thanks to Nep. Nep? Whose voice is this and where is it coming from? It's Miss Heavenly Voice, aka Histoire. What was it again? Histoire. You were only off by one letter. That's right, Isti. You can call me Isti. Now, nice to meet you, Compa. I am Histoire. Can I call you Isti too? It's nice to hear you, Isti. Compa. It's alive! Run, Compa! Yes! Finally, got away. That was a close call. I can't believe it was still after all that damage it took. Alive after all that damage it took. Oh, Isti, can you take a look at this? Do you know what this is? That's a key fragment. It's a piece needed to release me from my seal. You're sealed, Isti? Yes. Can you release me? There are one of those in each land. I could, but I have to fight monsters, right? Isn't it dangerous? Yes, your life will be in danger. But if you can help lift my seal, I can in turn help get your memory back, which is why we take till chapter 7, unless it's a New Game Plus. Really? 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 And anyway, I do need you to get your memory back. Well then, let good old Neptune search far and wide for those fragments. I'll help too. After all, I can't leave Nep alone with her brain loss. Memory loss, Compa. But thanks. Are you okay being away from nursing school? It's close because of the monsters, so I'm okay. Thank you very much. What? I'm having trouble hearing you, Isti. Is the static there bad? Using fragment. Time. Please look for key fragment. I think I lost contact. I hope Isti is alright. Well, at least we know where to get your memory back. How to get your memory back. Let's go, Nep. Sounds like a plan. Let's do this. Tutorial for Hard Drive Divinity Narn. I don't need no tutorial. Nep, I was going to go shopping for the trip, but do you want to come? I was thinking of eating app too. That sounds fun. I'll follow along like colorful miniature alien fairies. Now that I had a good chance to look, this is a really huge city. Planetoon is the most advanced city out of the 4 lands. Ah, so that's why you have that super yummy pudding. You can find them anywhere, and, well, never mind. Hey, did you hear about that rumor? You mean the one about the newly discovered cave under the forest? Well, that's not all. I heard the place is infested with monsters. Everyone's saying the place must be a breeding place for the monsters. You've got to be kidding. Breeding? That sounds kind of cool. Yeah, and the guild is looking for people to check that place out now. Seriously? I thought the CPU would do something about it. Compa? Nep, do you mind if we do something before we leave? Don't tell me. About that cave they were talking about? Yes, even old klutzy me wants to help Planetoon and the goddess. Well, let's go to the guild instead of shopping then. Are you sure? You stayed by me, so it's my turn to follow you instead, you know? Remake system! It is the plans I was talking about. Plans and treasure and good stuff like that can be found. So, I'm going to quickly check these. About the symbol attack. Attack an enemy symbol before you come into contact with them. Duh. About the treasure search, blah blah blah. No need. We can also use a little thing to find stuff. Materials, blah blah blah. So we have no events, but we have the plan tab, or remake system. So that key, 64 megabyte thing we picked up from that boss, will go to making plans. They allow us to buy items or create them, certain things. So, for example, for 1 megabyte each, we can make all these three things if we have the materials. So, we probably want them all because they're all healing items. And yeah, so for the healing pod, we need a Boxer Soul. But we may need more now that, yep, we need more herbs. Herbs and yellow petals, as well as Boxer Souls. We will gain more plans over time, and that will allow us to do different things. Those will now be in the shop and stuff, and yeah. Anyway, I think this is where I'm going to end this episode. We've been recording for about an hour. It's been a good hour. The game has not stopped recording at a random point, and I'm amazed and happy. So thank you all so much for watching this episode of Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 1. I'm sorry for the delay in getting this out, but I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless, and I will see you all in the next episode of this series. Bye!